Hello everyone, it is your favorite kind of punch, MrFalconpunch 996, the underrated king, the recommendation master, and of course YouTube's #1 Dorohedoro fanboy, back to bring you guys another new video. And today I'm finally here to bring you guys my 1000 subscriber Q&A special. Now I know this took a while, but I've been busy with college and I've also been busy prepping up for Macho March, which if you're a new subscriber and don't know much about it, Macho March is basically where during the month of March I talk about nothing but manly anime and manga series. And if you've been a long time subscriber, then you know the previous two Macho Marches haven't exactly turned out that well for me. What I mean by that is that I plan at least like 15 to 16 videos and only come out with like 6 of them. So I want to change that this year, so I'm really prepping up for it, which is why after the subscriber special, don't really expect that many videos from me till March. I might make a couple Macho March announcement videos, and also I'm prepping another special for May, so also look forward to that announcement soon. But before I begin, once again, thank you to everyone who has subscribed to me. It really means a lot. 1,000 subscribers, that is a shitload of people. I mean, I know there's people with way more subscribers than me, but right now I am really happy with just 1,000. But anyways, let's begin. Our first question for the subscriber special comes from Jazzboy. And his question is, favorite anime as kid? I actually didn't know that much about anime till I was a teenager, so really my childhood anime was Pokemon, Digimon, and Yu-Gi-Oh! And I didn't really know those were anime then either. Next up we have Sand Falcon. His first question is, what happened to the colored pics in your manga recommendations? I used to do it in order to avoid copyright for manga panels, however it never really became a problem, plus it takes a lot of time cropping the pictures for my recommendations, so adding color to them just adds more time, so I just decided to stop doing them. His second question is, status on the top 50 coolest character list. Hopefully I get started on it either this year or next year, however I still need to watch a couple more series since I want to make this list as official as possible, though a top 50 badass character list may come out even sooner. And his third and final question is favorite English voice actor. If you know me well enough, you may know I'm a huge fan of Chris Sabat. I think he's a fantastic voice actor, and I honestly think he should be in every single anime dub to ever exist. I don't care if it's a moe slice of life series featuring an all-girl cast, all dubbed anime needs the Sabat. Next up we have CoolTaf16, with his first question being, have you ever dressed up as Captain Falcon? No, but hopefully in the future. Question number 2, are you more hyped for JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 or the Berserk anime? My hype is unbreakable for the diamond that's unbreakable, as JoJo's Bizarre Adventure is just one of my favorite anime manga series, and Part 4 features my favorite villains from the JoJo series. But that's not to say I'm not excited for Berserk, because honestly, the Black Swordsman arc is awesome and I'm finally going to see that whole arc animated. Sure, the CG is a bit of a letdown, but honestly I'm just glad we finally get to see it. Question 3, do you believe in magic? Maybe. Question 4, who is the best girl? No clue. Up next we have Fashisan 1992, favorite Gintama supportive character. Ooh, this is a tough one. Gintama is just full of likable characters. It's really hard just to pick one. However, if I were to pick one, it would probably be the rival to my man Gintoki, Hijikata, as he's actually my second favorite character in the series, because like Gintoki, he's badass and absolutely hilarious with his addiction to mayonnaise, which I can strangely relate to, since as a kid I kinda went through a phase of barbecue sauce, plus the episodes with him and Gintoki are just pure comedy gold. Question number 2, what are your thoughts on the One Punch anime and manga? I just love One Punch Man, however I'll save my full thoughts for Macho March. Question number 3, do you watch all Star Wars films? The funny thing is, I actually watched the original trilogy right before seeing the new one. Do you read manga of Sunken Rock, Wallman, Bambino, and Citrus? Out of those titles, I've only read Sunken Rock, and while I do like the art for the series, for some reason, I just could never really get into it. Some of the others, like Wallman and Citrus, are on my read list though. Next up, we have questions from Himokin. First question being, what would happen if a Falcon Punch and a Saitama Punch collided? His second question is, do you ever plan on reviewing the Violence Jack series, such as the original manga and Shin Violence Jack? I do want to talk about Violence Jack, however it's hard to review as the manga for the original series isn't quite fully translated yet, and it's quite hard to talk about Violence Jack with its many different approaches to storytelling. But who knows, I might talk about the OVAs sometime in the future. His third question is, who is your favorite manga artist? Now many of you would already expect Q Hayashida, and yes, I do love her like the little Dorohedoro fanboy I am. However, really, it's hands down Go Nagai. Now I know I may have talked a lot of shit about his series in the past with my What the Fuck series segment, however, really with all of them with the exception to NB-chan, I really didn't enjoy a lot of his series. And as a mangaka is probably one of the most important people in the industry due to what he has created and redefined in many genres, and his influence is still heavily felt to this day. Though if you want to know more about Go Nagai's influence on anime and manga, as well as other mangaka, then I recommend you to check out my list on the most iconic and influential mangaka. Up next we have Troj Force, with the first question being, who is your favorite member of the Getter team? Easily Ryoma. Like, do I even need to explain myself? Ryoma is a fucking legend. Question 2. Which songs of the Jam Project are the best? This is another tough question because Jam Project makes some really awesome songs. However, I'm going to have to go with one of their most recent songs being the One Punch Man theme song because that is easily one of the hypest openings of 2015 and possibly just ever. Up next we have Crazy Boy 190. With his first question being, what do you think of the City Hunter anime? I haven't seen the City Hunter anime yet, though I do plan on doing so in the future, but I have read plenty of the manga and did a recommendation for it last March, which, once again, is right around the corner. Up next we have Maurice Roc 2, with the first question being, favorite giant robot? And for me it's got to be the granddaddy of super robots, Mazinger Z. I just love Mazinger Z. Sure, there are plenty of upgraded versions of Z, however the original is still my favorite. It has awesome attacks, an iconic look and theme song, and I just love the rocket punch. Alright, the second question is, have you ever watched / read Watamote? Watamote is actually one of the first manga I recommended when I decided to change up my style from making manga recommendations, and while I did really enjoy the series, I haven't read it in a while. Up next we have Ghost 00123321, with the first question being, what do you think of the anime and manga industry in 2016? While we're still pretty early in 2016, it looks pretty good. I'm enjoying some of the series currently out, and there's a new JoJo's Bizarre Adventure anime, Berserk anime, as well as even a new D. Greyman Full Metal Panic series coming out, and let's not forget the adaptation to Boku wa Hero Academia, which should be pretty awesome, and in case you're wondering, yes, I have been reading the manga, and it's really enjoyable. I would make a manga recommendation, however, seeing as how the anime is coming out soon, I'm pretty sure it's not going to need one. Question 2, do you think the new Berserk anime will be good? I'm not exactly sure yet. I mean, again, we've only got one small trailer. Really, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, I'm glad Berserk is coming back, and honestly, I don't mind the whole CG thing that much, since I could kind of understand it. I mean, really, if you're supposed to adapt everything from the manga and put it into traditional animation, that would be very costly and very painstakingly hard, so I can understand them using CG. But I'm honestly very excited to see the Black Swordsman arc, though I'm not sure if it's going to go beyond that either, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see. And the third and final question is, how old are you and how many years do you think you're going to live? Well, I'm currently 19 and really not too sure. Up next we have questions from Kami-sama. Question number 1 being, what can I expect in 2016 from you? Well, you can expect more recommendations of different types, more reviews, more lists, and a brand new month-long special. Question 2, please answer the next question. Okay. Question 3, will you make a podcast with me and some other people? It could be a serious or kind of fun. Either way, I'd love to talk to someone like you. And I guess that's fine. Question 4, is it wrong to ask the third question, and sorry, notice me senpai? No, and okay. Up next we have questions from Merlin the Mighty. His first question being, would you like to see an official Godzilla anime or manga? That would be a dream come true, and honestly, I'm really surprised we haven't gotten one yet. I mean, come on. A Godzilla anime or manga where you could just have Godzilla get over the top? Fuck yeah, I want that to happen. Question number 2, favorite Image comic? Well, I do love Image comics. but I'm going to have to go with Saga, which is actually my first comic from Image Comics, which is a great series that has a little of everything as well as just a fantastic fusion of sci-fi elements and fantasy. And it was the first series I ever did a comic recommendation for, so be sure to check that out. Question 3, most underrated anime and manga series you would like to grow. Easily Dorohedoro. It's a series I just love to death that sadly many people do not know about, which is why I love it when I get more people into the series. Though really, besides that, anything else I've ever talked about in my recommendation videos, I would like to see grow, as there are plenty of great series out there that deserve a lot more spotlight. Up next we have King of Kilps. First question is, what is best in life? Question 2, 1K hype party when? Well, I guess now. Question 3, if you could reverse Falcon Punch someone, who would it be and why? Wouldn't a reverse Falcon Punch be technically just punching myself? Question 4, would you want your waifu to turn into a badass gun wielding, katana wielding badass and be a yonder? Waifu being badass, sure. Yonder, which I'm assuming you mean yandere, hell no. Pepsi or all other lesser fizzy drinks? I don't actually drink a lot of soda, but when I do, it's usually 7-Up or Sprite. Though I do love root beer and cream soda, but again, I don't really drink that much soda as I'm more of an iced tea person. Up next, we have Ramen Guy, with his first question being, have you watched Sorcerer Stabber Orphan? Not yet, but I plan on watching it sometime soon. Question 2, have you watched The Legend of the Galactic Heroes? Also not yet. However, I kind of want to watch it, but at the same time, not really. Since to me, I kind of get the feeling this is going to be one of those series that everyone regards as one of the most greatest and complex series ever, but it's just going to have me pretty bored. But then again, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. Question 3, thoughts on the new Berserk anime coming out in 2016? Once again, I am excited for it, and I don't really mind the CG. Oh really, everyone wants to know my opinions on this anime. Next up, we have Goremonger 2, with his question being, what are you planning on watching this season? So far in the winter season, I'm watching Dagashi Kaishi, Dimension W, the new season of Durara, Gate, and Tekyu, Mirai Color Phantom World, Kukaku Pandora, and Marshmallow 2 OG-san. And while I am considering doing a winter impression video, I probably may not be able to do it since I am prepping up for Much of March, so I may just wait off until they all finish and talk about them sometime later in the future. Up next we have Elvis Kosovic, with question 1 being, do you consider yourself an elitist or a tasteless casual? You can only choose one between them, so no talking out of it. Well, obviously talking about underrated anime and manga series for more than a couple years, I wouldn't exactly call myself a tasteless casual, and even though I like to think of myself as not an elitist, I have noticed every now and then I've sort of developed elitist tendencies. Especially since my little brother's gone into anime as well as joining an anime club in college. Though I keep most of those elitist thoughts deep down within myself for the most part. Question 2, 5 manga you'd love getting licensed. Well, everything and anything by Go Nagai, Kongo Bancho, Fist of the North Star, Bimbo Gamiga, and Kinnikuman. Question 3, do you read Kago Shintaros stuff? If so, what is your favorite manga from him? Not really into Goro series, so I haven't really read anything from him. Up next we have Andrew Park. What inspired you to become a YouTuber? Pretty much seeing the lack of people talking about underrated series that deserve a lot more spotlight. Question 2 being, what is your favorite guilty pleasure? Well, I guess it would be watching and reading the many things I talk about in my What the Fuck series segment, since I know a lot of them could just be downright terrible, but in the end I really do enjoy it. Question number 3, who is the hottest female anime character? Now this is a really hard question since there is a damn ton of them, but for me I guess it would be along the lines of Cutie Honey, Fujiko Mine, and Michiko Melandro. Then we have more questions from Hexbeard. Are you going to do a review for Batman vs Superman and Deadpool? I might, though I'm not too sure at this point, especially since I haven't exactly reviewed movies outside anime movies on this channel before. Question 2, who is your favorite manga superhero? As of recently, Hentai Kamen. Mainly just because of how ridiculous of a character he is and just how badass he makes being a pervert look like. Question number 2, who is your favorite manga villain? Well, it's hard calling him a villain since in Dorohedoro until the last arc, there hasn't really been a proper villain. That being said, I'll have to go with N from Dorohedoro, the badass sorcerer mafia boss who makes mushrooms look badass. And with that, we have come to the end of my 1000 subscriber Q&A special. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time with some Mantra March updates. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and if you haven't done any of that yet, you will be Falcon Punch to the face, so you better do it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.